Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Slayer Talk. My name is Mark. With me as always is my council member, Carol. How you doing today, Carol?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It is January 19th, 1999. 1999.
It is. Wow. We should play those numbers in the lottery today.
1999.
Yeah.
I don't think the lottery goes up to 99.
Okay, but ones and nines, okay?
Ones and nines, everyone. If you're playing the daily 4-digit play, 1999.
There you go.
I'd pay a lot of money, I think, because the repeating numbers or something. I don't know. I don't know how the daily 4 and the daily 3 work.
Me either.
Anywho, we watched an episode. We were helpless watching this episode.
Oh, goodness. I don't know. This episode makes me sad. I don't like it.
Yeah. It's a lot of sadness in this episode. A lot of your dad doesn't love you anymore and your surrogate dad is betraying you. And I thought her mom was going to get killed.
Oh, my God.
Eventually, her mom keeps being put in peril. Eventually, her mom's got to die. They keep hinting it. Eventually, her mom's got to get killed.
You think?
Yeah, she keeps getting fucking attacked and abducted by vampires and nothing happens. Eventually, eventually it's got to go too far.
Well, all of them keep getting, attacked and abducted by vampires.
And I think we're going to get some deaths.
You think so, huh?
Well, there's got to be consequences at some point to something.
I guess.
I mean, there's consequences here in this episode,
there are.
But I don't know. I'm not convinced that these consequences will hold.
We'll see.
I feel like... So, we watched Helpless.
Yes, we watched Buffy, and the episode was Helpless. Because she was.
Yeah, she was helpless.
She discovered while on patrol that she no longer had her powers and, almost got staked by a vampire with her own stake.
Let me ask you a question. Because we find out later... This fucking cat's just all over us. We find out later that she's being depowered as part of a ritual for her 18th birthday that apparently every Slayer goes through.
That makes it to their 18th, but they qualify that too. The ones that make it that long.
What if you become a Slayer after your 18th birthday?
You don't.
You have to be under 18?
Yeah, I think
so. If you reach 18 and the other Slayer hasn't died yet, then it just passes you by.
I guess.
Interesting. Anyway, though, my question is, so she's going through all this stuff and everything. In order to depower her, Giles is hypnotizing her with a crystal and then injecting her with what he calls an organic compound that suppresses her adrenaline, and it's like a muscle relaxant and all this shit and everything, so that she's effectively depowered. How come a vampire's never done that? I mean,
because they're not that smart, usually?
I guess because they couldn't get her hypnotized or whatever. But, I don't know, it just seems like if there's an organic compound you can use to depower a Slayer, it seems like maybe they'd fucking try that.
Yeah, maybe it'd get into the wrong hands at some point.
It's weird.
The whole thing's weird. It seems like it's a way of just sacrificing her and moving on to the next. I mean, I want to know how many Slayers actually survive this.
Yeah, how many pass, how many fail? That's a very good question.
It's disgusting.
I do get the idea of she needs to be more than just brawn, more than just her powers or whatever. Mm-hmm. But and the final solution to this problem is more than just her brawn. I was afraid too because there's a lot of parts in this where she's trying to fight even though she's depowered and everything, and I was like, this isn't any different than what she usually does. Mm-hmm. But then she does come up with a creative solution to defeat the vampire, and I was like, okay, I like that.
She was very smart. But yeah, it's crazy how just having her adrenaline suppressed and her muscles relaxed caused her to be so inept in every physical way. She's been trained in using weapons. She can't fire a crossbow anymore?
Yeah, I know. That's weird to me too. That's more hand-eye coordination stuff. I don't know. It would have been better, I think, if there was some. It's a magical show. If they came up with some kind of magical reason,
yeah,
whatever, he just rubbed a crystal on her forehead or something like that. It took away her powers for 48 hours or something like that. That would have made more sense.
Right.
And maybe it's like a one-of-a-kind thing passed down from watcher to watcher or whatever on the council. And that would make more sense why it wasn't something the vampires ever got control of. Because, yeah, like, her power is more than just being strong and having, like, adrenaline. It reduces what her power is to something very organic and scientific. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it should be or is. It's more mystical than that.
Yeah, agreed. For sure. The episode started, though, with her and Angel.
Yes.
Which, like, leave each other alone.
And I thought they did. I thought,
right.
Didn't Angel say, like, hey, we can't do this shit anymore?
I thought
You
so.
can't train me anymore. We can't fucking, like, wrestle around on the floor together anymore.
And yet, they're doing so alone with candles. Come on, people.
Yeah, candles are lit and they're doing training, but they're being very sexual about it.
Yeah.
She's mounting him and everything. She's like, gotcha with my steak.
And then it's like, we can't have any satisfaction. Okay, so stop it.
Right.
You know, he's going to accidentally have some satisfaction, okay?
If Angel has a nocturnal admission thinking about Buffy, is that does that free his, or does that make his soul like leave or whatever?
Oh Lord, I hope not. Like, has this man never like been with anybody before? Like, I don't know. It's just because he loves her so much. I don't know.
Yeah, because he saw her heart outside of her body. And
that's
wants
so corny.
to share it with the world or whatever they said.
So corny. Like their romance bothers me. It's like ew.
I think Joss Whedon can't write romance.
No.
I think this is a guy that probably has some very severe perverted thoughts.
You think so?
Allegedly. I don't know. I don't know Joss. But it seems to me that someone that bad at writing romantic dialogue doesn't have romantic thoughts.
Yeah.
They have other kinds of thoughts.
Well, I don't know. I don't like sappy romance stuff kind of makes me uncomfortable sometimes. So
does it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, you have dirty thoughts too, so.
Well, yeah, there you go. I guess you can only go one or the other, huh?
Yep. Exactly. You're either a Dawson or you're a Pacey.
Yeah, I'm a Pacey.
There's no in between. That's a reference to another show we do. Horny Creek, if you ever want to check that out. But yeah, so what did you think of the episode in toto?
Like I said, I mean, like, it was a good episode. It was inventive.
Yep.
But it was so sad because it's Buffy's 18th birthday. Mm-hmm. And her dad always takes her to the ice show on her birthday.
Yeah, it's very, very nice.
And she was very excited about going.
Brian Boitano.
He always gets her cotton candy and a souvenir program.
Yeah.
And he blows her off. He sends her flowers and the tickets to take somebody else.
His quarterly report numbers are bad or whatever. The mom read the entire note.
Yeah. She's like, that's what it says in that note.
Yeah, that I read. That was meant for you. It said be your name on it, but I read it. Because my ex-husband's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they, for whatever reason, I think they just want to get rid of the dad from the show. Which is fine. He's, like, never on the show. Mm-hmm. I also, like, it's weird. They bring people, like, he was on the show once, I think, or whatever.
Twice, maybe.
But I think it's weird. They bring people on the show, and then they have to come up with excuses for them not to be there. Because they're like, they bring this Faith in there, Elijah Dushku, and Buffy's like, oh, yeah, she's on one of her random walkabouts or whatever. And it's like, would she just travel to Australia? What are we talking about? Like... Is this just a way to say, yeah, she's in the credits or whatever, but she's not in this episode?
Is Faith 18? Did Faith go through this? Is she going to? Like, I want to know about that, too.
I don't think she's 18.
And, like, I mean...
I think she's supposed to be, like, 17 or whatever.
She was never supposed to be the Slayer anyway, because Buffy, died. Or, I mean, there should only have been one of them anyway. So
yeah, Buffy died, and then Buffy's replacement died.
It's such a weird situation. Like, will they do it again?
Double Slayers. Well, who do what again?
Will the council do this same test again since
maybe.
there's two Slayers?
I don't know. Like, also, Giles is supposed to be in charge of Faith, too, I guess. It's like,
Is he?
I mean, he said he's like, she doesn't care about her training as much as you do or whatever. And she's like, I hate being the good one.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, I guess he's fired from being her watcher, too, then.
Yeah.
Because he gets fired.
He gets fired from being the watcher because he ends up telling Buffy about the test and everything.
Which is supposed to be a secret. And he goes and tries to help her, too.
Yeah, well, he does help her. He kills that one vampire. Mm-hmm. Although she's supposed to only be fighting the one vampire. She's only supposed to be fighting the mentally deficient vampire that apparently, even though it's a demon infestation and they're not really their person anymore, he still needs his crazy pills. His vague crazy pills where he's like, I'm shaking without my pills.
And he has severe PTSD and mommy issues from his human life.
Yeah. What I don't understand, you know more about this stuff than I do. What kind of pills could he be taking that make him be like without the pills?
I don't think there is any such pill.
It's the voices in his head or whatever. The anger sharks are swimming.
It seems like I kind of was thinking it was migraines before, like we find out about, his actual issues. So
yeah.
I don't know.
As a Krennic or Kralik?
Yeah, Kralik.
As a human man, he was a serial murderer of women
and tortured.
Because apparently he ate his mom too, or whatever.
Well, she cut off his penis, so
she did. I did not hear that part.
He didn't specify, but I'm making the assumption because he said his mother liked to use scissors, and you should have seen what she took with those.
Oh, so, okay. Yeah. Well, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, so he has horrible issues with women. So he, in real life, killed a bunch of women. And then was committed to an insane asylum. And then, I guess, just randomly turned into a vampire?
Right.
Did the council turn him into a vampire? Do they go through insane asylums and they're like, this one looks like a good one?
Who knows? It's crazy. And, what were they expecting him to do? That's what upsets me the worst. It's she's not just fighting a vampire. She's fighting a vampire who likes to, hurt women specifically. Yeah. So, he might have, done things to her.
I don't know. Well, he doesn't have a penis, apparently.
Well, he could do things without a penis.
I guess that's true, but how did the council get him?
I don't know.
And how long has he been held captive for?
Yes, in a straitjacket strapped into a box.
Yeah, that's what makes me think they went to the insane asylum and purposely turned him into a vampire for these tests.
That's awful. God.
But I mean, he has the look and everything of someone that was in the 1930s. So it's he's been maybe the 40s or 50s, but still 40 years they've kept him. They're we're just going to wait till Buffy turns 18.
Well, not just Buffy. They probably use him for other.
Well, then that leads to the idea that no one else has passed this fucking test, because if you pass the test, you defeat the vampire. So how many vampires are they going through? How many slayers are they going through? Mm-hmm. What's the score, Council? That's what I want to know.
The Council is just a bunch of stuffy old men who, don't give a shit and are just,
It's a metaphor for the Catholic Church, right?
Sure. I didn't make that leap with you. But...
That's what it seems like. We're talking about tradition and, whatever and everything. It's I don't know. I just got very heavy Catholic Church vibes there. Plus, in the Catholic Church, when you're 18, you have to fend off a priest with with cunning.
I think that's before 18.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Once you're 18, they're not really interested anymore.
Yeah, I wonder what the oldest Slayer was like. I bet not old.
No. You don't see a whole lot of 50-year-old Slayers walking about.
Yeah, they're not retiring.
I'm still getting it done. Actually, that is an interesting idea then, because what does that mean for Buffy? How does this show end? When we project to the end of the show, then does Buffy just die? What the fuck? How are they going to end this?
We'll have to see.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, we'll be lucky probably if it gets that far. Honey, it might get canceled.
We're watching this show we're talking about it with, whatever 10,000 of our closest friends. We are lucky.
We are lucky. I'm just saying, like, what if next year they just cancel it?
I guess they
she's
could
still alive.
I guess they could cancel it, but I think this and Dawson's Creek are solely responsible for propping the WB network up. So.
Right. We'll see how it goes.
But yeah, I enjoyed the episode a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was nice that there were some consequences to actions, that Giles got demoted or fired or whatever. And it was nice that, I don't know, it was very emotional. Because we get a lot of, like, even the council guy, he's like, you have a love for your slayer the way a father loves a daughter. You know how her father betrayed her, You're a surrogate, Giles. That's what we're saying. Well, she even invited you to the Ice Capades, Giles.
Yeah,
Do you get the metaphor, Giles?
And he blew her off, too, though.
I mean, no.
For the Ice Capades.
He kind of did, but, like, he was like, yeah, I'd love to go with you to that or whatever. But, like, look at this crystal and be hypnotized and let me fuck you over. She was so upset. Like, the Sarah Michelle Gellar's acting was so good in that part where he tells her what's going on, and she's like, I don't even fucking know you. And she's all, like, betrayed and angry and hurt and stuff, and it's all right there, and it's very good.
She is very good with, like, raw emotion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Cordelia was really funny in this episode, I thought. Like,
and sweet in a way towards Buffy. She really likes Buffy.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to admit it, but she really does.
Yeah, 'cause she just wanders into the middle of this heavy-ass conversation they're having.
Yeah, and Buffy's like, I don't even know you. And he's like, and she goes, did something take her memory away? He's Giles. It's so funny, too, because it's like, that is what it would be in any other episode.
Right.
Because most of the show is just silly and weird.
Yeah.
I thought that was great acting and good writing, where it was like, Cordelia's in a completely different episode of this show than they're in right now.
And then Giles is like, you can't walk home alone, Buffy. It's not safe. What a fucked up sentence.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's what happens. I guess she doesn't have her powers.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess walking around the Hellmouth is not safe for anybody.
Yeah. A bunch of people die all the time there. And that's with a vampire slayer patrolling things.
Sometimes even two.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when they can afford it, I guess. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Faith and this other, but I mean, there's so many things. Trick. I was thinking about him today when we were watching the show. I was thinking about him like where's Mr. Trick? Where's the mayor? Where's Principal Snyder? That fucking ghoulish looking bastard.
Yeah, we have a lot of possible enemies running around. Or the blonde.
Which blonde? Yeah, I know what blonde hair looks like. She's gesturing with her hand. With her
Spike.
hand.
Spike.
Oh, Spike.
Like, he's rolling around somewhere.
Didn't he leave? Wasn't he like, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get cool. Fucking what's her name?
Right, but I mean, like, he'll come back.
I'm going to go find her and I'll make her love me again. That's just what I'm going to do. I'm Billy Idol. I'm Billy Idol vampire.
If they didn't kill him, then he's coming back. That's how I feel.
I guess so. What's her fucking name?
Drusilla?
Drusilla, yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna go find me Drew. Hey, pet. Or whatever he says.
I want them to come back. I like their characters.
He's fine. I tell you what, I'd much rather have him back than the fucking master again.
Yeah.
I want an anointed one.
Well, he's dead, though. So
yeah, definitively dead, except for that Wish episode where it was like, what if?
Yeah.
Marvel had a thing in Marvel Comics where they did what if, be like, what if this happened? And it was just a way for to churn out more
right, more stories
where they didn't have to have any consequences. A writer wanted to go on break or something like that, because like they do like long storyline shit in comics, and it's like sometimes the writers just like, let me just fuck around,
Right.
So I think that's where they came up with that idea. But Yeah. The other people were in this episode for a little bit.
Right, yeah, they didn't really do much.
No, not at all. Seth Green had some lines, and that's it.
So did Xander.
I think it's weird that they're all friends again.
Very weird. I was thinking that too today, that they're all hanging out, like Xander and
Willow.
Not Willow. The boy, Oz. Like, are talking like they're friends, and it's like, but you fucked his girlfriend.
No, he didn't. They didn't have sex.
Okay, fine. You made out with his girlfriend.
Made out, yeah. I don't. It still pisses me off they did that whole storyline thing, and that is no consequences, really. Courtney is not on the show as much. Do you think Charisma Carpenter is making a movie or something like that?
Maybe.
And she's like, hey, do something to make my character not on the show as much because I can't be around as much.
That would make sense.
I guess. I don't know. I know that Sarah Michelle Gellar's been filming movies and shit, so.
What else has she been in?
She's in a couple things coming up. She was in that one. We didn't see it, but she was in one movie, and then she was in the I Know What You Did Last Summer. And
well, yeah, I know she's been in stuff, but it's like if she's filming
Scream
now.
Too. I don't know if she's filming now.
Okay.
It might be wrapped, but she is. There's a movie that she's in that we're gonna watch that's coming out this year. At least I want to watch it. I think it's Dangerous Liaisons with Michelle Pfeiffer and Glenn Close and John Malkovich.
Sure.
Malkovich.
Sure. I don't, but
you don't know John.
No, I know John Malkovich. I don't know Dangerous Liaisons. Like I recognize
the name. When I'm enraged, I enunciate. What? Dangerous Liaisons. It's a French novel or play or whatever. It was an adaptation of that in the 1980s, and it's about a young ingenue who John Malkovich, as whatever Lothario tries to besmirch her honor or something like that. I don't know. It's a famous thing. But I think the movie that she's in is like a retelling of that.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, she's been doing stuff. We'll watch it.
Okay.
And we'll report back to you.
As we do.
Yeah, I think it comes out in a couple months. So, but anyway, that is it for this week. Carol, don't be helpless. Tell them stuff to do. Tell them how they can not be helpless.
So you can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com.
Yes.
Check out our website at www.retrolatefee.com.
Yes, Pet.
And share the tapes with your friends.
All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.